Well, this is the last recap class of the orange grade, so let's get started. In this fair shot, the prime focus was the implementation of some basic counter-trap applications. See if you can spot them. Obviously counterwork is based on good timing and feel, so we keep the levels sensible so that we can read where the beats are, otherwise it just all goes to pieces and nobody really learns anything. If we watch carefully, we can see that Mario uses one of the takedowns that we developed earlier. This particular one drops Husto face down. Another thing that happens is that when we change the weapon, we often change the distance. Therefore we need to adjust and adapt constantly. The ability to adjust is brought about by plenty of training hours, and it's something that we get better at doing the more we do it. But if we neglect our training, then these skills will elude us for sure. And no matter what we think we know, there is no substitute for genuine time-served training hours. This one opponent exercise was finished off by adding the kick. It plays with the timing and the distance side of things, and as always provokes thoughts and questions. But it is the thoughts and the questions that help us move forward into the future and the arena of constant learning. Keeping the brain free of cluttered thinking is something that we all have to work at. It's not for free, unfortunately, so we need to have a good self-discipline in order to get the best out of ourselves. In these next two shots of the Predator, the prime focus is counter the trapping and destruction of Control 4. What takedown are the boys using? Do you know the correct name? If so, excellent. And if not, watch carefully, because you know the answer really. Valencia is the current home of the KFM, it's where Husto and me live, hence there are lots of people flying into Valencia for private or advanced training regarding the Urban X. Again, a key focus in this development is the counter timing, plus takedowns with the oblique kick, and week by week we keep adding new elements as we go. The objective with recapping is to make sure that you really can walk and talk everything that we've trained over the previous months. And when we have a good mental recognition system in operation, then this means we really are catching the essence. These next two shots follow the same process as the previous development, only James is adding the kick as an attack and Husto is taking James down with the oblique kick. Can you see it's the front oblique, so this makes James fall face down. There are many physical and emotional reasons that may dictate which way we drive an opponent, and therefore we must remember that the techniques are the easiest part of our quest, because the true application is fueled by instinctive reaction. Remember, we had used Paul to develop this application because he is a long-standing training partner of Husto and me and has a great feel and understanding of the work. Therefore we can show this application well, but take care with this one. Again, you can see in this shot just how dangerous this is for the knees. It's simple but can destroy the legs so easily. Hence, respect for your training partner is of the essence. An injury from this kind of attack is no joke. Predator exercise is our stage, as it were. It's where we get to jam our songs and show how well we can play. The only difference for us in comparison with a musician is that they get the chance to repeat things exactly. For us, even though the work is the same, the energy is different every time. Hence we are constantly adapting and never arrive with that comfort zone sensation. As we now know, the only way to accustom ourselves with this kind of work is to jump in at the deep end every day. Bit by bit it's not so daunting, and we actually learn to feel and read things a little faster. Can you remember in the past classes how the boys mixed the destructions and counterbeat timings? Also how we built on the low line oblique kick, and then as a consequence of the first attack we added the guadagna, and then finally one of the 5 major ground controls. In this instance is control 5 itself. We will see in the green grade how the mindset for the ground starts to evolve quite considerably. It is this evolution in our approach to the ground that will change many things from now onwards. Throughout these developments, we continue to destroy the elbow, knee and the kicks in attack and find the basic counters. Also, the oblique kick opened up a new area, one that we will develop in more depth as we continue to develop the low line kicks. This development also closed the base foundation on the ground so far. In the next grade we will start to build on that foundation, and that's where it all starts getting a little more interesting. In this one opponent recap, the destruction of the kick was in play. It's always good to train with guys that can kick well. We always think that kicks, especially high kicks, don't function in the street, and as a general rule this is correct, but anything is possible, so we must always be ready and never presume. I actually train with a couple of guys who have natural kicking ability. In fact, they're awesome and can kick you in the head as fast as they can punch you. Thankfully there's not too many of these people around, but they do exist, so we need to take note and train with this in mind. Well, let's take another look at this predator, which actually concludes the orange grade. Make sure that you understand all of this work, as we will be introducing more new work from next week. We are sure that the green grade will give you brain ache. Basically we mean it will give you lots more to think about, and by the end of the green grade you will be thinking very differently about certain areas of development. See you next week for the first class of the green, and make sure you're ready to attack.